Changing the Narrative with Dr. Ruthie. Today we are going to change the narrative about decluttering. What is decluttering? What do we have into our space? Are there times that you feel that your space is too small? You have too much to store, but the space is not enough. Be it in the bedroom or in the kitchen or wherever in the sitting room. You want to bring in more and more, and you feel the space is not enough. Possibly, is it that you actually have a lot of space, but occupying that space is a lot of stuff that you really do not need or you do not even use. What is eating into your space? What is eating into my space? What are those things that I'm keeping that I no longer need, that I no longer use? If I've not used them for the last 6 months or 1 year, do I really need them? Why am I keeping them? Is this actually the time that I need to get rid of them? Every item that we buy in the market or that is manufactured has its sell date, sell by. So, the same way, we need to declutter by getting rid of things that we do not really need and are eating our space. Very quickly, let us take a tour into those spaces in our homes where we need to declutter. And today we are decluttering several places. Let's work together. Very quickly, let us have a tour of our bedrooms and our wardrobes. What is in your wardrobe? Are there clothes in your wardrobe that you actually do not wear? You have not put them on for the last even 2 years. Maybe they are small in size, or they are too big for you, or you feel they are out of fashion, or maybe you don't like the color. There's something you don't like about them, and they are still eating space into your wardrobe. Remove them, declutter them, give them away, sort them out. Think of those socks. Interestingly, we declutter all sorts of things into our space, and the decluttering is not being disorganized. Decluttering in this perspective is simply keeping what you do not really need into your space. And think of those socks. One sock. You have only one sock, and the other partner went missing a long time ago, and we are keeping that sock. Throw it away. Torn socks that you want so dear, please throw them away, remove them, decongest your space. How many band-aids do you have in your wardrobe that you no longer use? Whether it is bed sheets, blankets, or duvets. Why are you keeping them? What for? When will you use them? Declutter them, create more room, create more space. Think of those shirts that you wore many years ago, and you'll have it so much that it is still occupying space. Why do you keep it? Do you really need it? Give it away. Let us take a walk to the bathroom. What do we find in the bathroom? Bits and pieces, containers of shampoos, shaving lotions that either expired or are empty, eating into our space, or we no longer use. Get rid of them. You don't need them. Toothpaste tubes, which are done, you don't need them. Please throw them away. What else do we find in the bathroom? Several rags and many other things that you don't need. Basins that you don't even use. Remove them. Declutter your space so that you will enjoy that space. You even have more room that you enjoy. Very quickly, let us take a walk to the kitchen and the pantry. What do we find there? So many plastics, cups, sufurias, saucepans. Think of all the stuff in the kitchen that you no longer use. Do you really need them? We want to change this narrative of holding up things, keeping things that we don't need, to eat these things into our space. Our homes are not national archives. They are not archives to keep things that we don't really need. Of course, I believe we have souvenirs, but not everything is a souvenir. There are few souvenirs here and there that you can keep, but not everything is supposed to eat into your space. Declutter your space. Dispose of what you really do not need, what you really do not use. Be it be clothes, be it be tools, be it be equipment. If you don't need it, why are you keeping it? Why is it eating into your space? Think of even your sitting room. What do we find in our sitting rooms? We find 2, 3, 4 TVs. We replaced the analog TV with the digital TV, but we still keep the analog TV. We don't want to get rid of it. Dispose it. Why are you keeping that? Is it called DVD, which you no longer use because you are using YouTube and you are using Wi-Fi? Why do you keep it? Those old videos. Why do you keep them? You don't use them. Or eating into your space. What is in your bookshelf? Those many years ago exercise books. Some of them so tattered, you don't want to get rid of them. Please remove them. Let us go to the car boot. What is in your car boot? Maybe the shock absorbers that you changed 3 years ago, you replaced them with others. The old ones are still in your boot. The brake pants, they're still in the car boot. Why do you need them? Why do you need them? Oh, those spare parts, old spare parts that were replaced. You took your car to the garage because it had mechanical issues. Why are you keeping those things that were removed from your car? Why are you returning them into your car boot? Or even in your garage, those old tires, you replaced them because they were worn out. Why are you hanging on to them into your space, in your garage, into your compound? Get rid of them. You either give them away, or you trade them in, or you destroy them. Let us even visit a place like the shoe rack. What do we find in our shoe racks? Shoes that are either undersized, shoes that you don't use anymore, shoes that the heel came off and therefore you have no use of them, shoes that either are too low or too high for us and we no longer need them. And I'm speaking this for each one of us. Why are you keeping them? Congesting your shoe rack, eating into your space. Remove them. Get rid of them. You can give them away. You can destroy them. You can also trade them in if that is what you want to do with them. But let us avoid this culture of holding onto things, keeping things that we don't need. Our houses are not museums. We are not curators. Okay, keep a souvenir here and there, but not everything, not everything. Please declutter your space. Please stop holding what you really do not need. Let it not eat into your space. And remember, decluttering applies to both men and women. And I'll go back to the bedroom again and go back to the wardrobes. Scan through your wardrobe. What is it that you have not used for the last 1 year? scan through those boxes and cartons and suitcases that you have stored somewhere in your house. What is in those suitcases? Open them. You won't believe it. Some of the things in those suitcases are clothes belonging to your children that were used over 20-30 years ago. Most of those children are even left your homes and they have no use of those things. Please give them away. You'll be surprised if you go to the standing room or your bookshelf, you'll discover many things that you don't need and they're eating into your space. You'll find even your primary school books, your high school books, and a lot of other stuff that you don't need. Please take stock of what is eating into your space. Declutter your space. Let us go to your jewelry box. What is in your jewelry box? You'll be shocked what is eating into your space. In most cases, it is those maybe earrings that have no partner, earrings that have lost their stud, a lot of other stuff that you really don't need. Why are you keeping it? We must change our narrative about what we keep into our space. We must change our narrative about cluttering and decluttering. We must learn and relearn. We must be intentional about keeping our spaces with only what we really need. Declutter your space. And the more we clutter our space, the more it becomes even unsafe. Things all over. And remember, cluttering is not being disorganized. I can be cluttered with my things squeezed so much, clothes in the wardrobe, books in the bookshelf, cutlery well organized in the kitchen, but it is too squeezed. I cannot even find what I need and when. The clothes are so creased. You bring in new ones you have nowhere to keep. They eat into your space. You find you are putting some possibly even under the bed. If you use that kind of bed under the bed, you are storing others over, even in the ceiling, above the cabinets. You don't have to do that. What do you really need? How many pairs of shoes can you wear in a week? Think of even the many handbags. Some either have no strap, others are completely old-fashioned, you no longer use them. Others you feel are either too small or too big for you. Others, you have lost value for them, yet they are eating into your space. Why are you keeping them? Viewer, I'm speaking to us, me, I included. We really have to clear our space, to declutter. Declutter, 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 and have no apology when you're decluttering. Leave those unfounded attachments over things. Keep those few souvenirs that are so dear. I'm not blind to the fact that some things are very sentimental to us and we want to keep them. But we can't lie to ourselves that everything is sentimental, that we have to keep it. It can't be that. Not everything is useful. Which part of the house have we not touched? Please go to your pantry, check what is eating into your space. Please check your kitchen, what is eating into your space. All those plastics and the containers that you don't need, remove them, destroy them, give them away. And there's also a place where you can take plastics for recycling. Please do not hesitate to take them there, but let them not eat into your space. Go to your wardrobes, remove this festive season, what you don't need. Bless somebody with those clothes. However beautiful they are, you don't use them. If you do not really need them, if you do not really use them, Please remove them, declutter, give them away. All those beautiful handbags that you don't use, give them away, declutter. Bathroom, those empty containers that you don't use, give them away. And before I forget, by the way, let us revisit the kitchen store again, the pantry. How much food have you stored there? How much food do you really need? Go through the packets of what you have stored there, the sale date, and you discover some of it is about to expire. Holding up, buying, holding, storing. Keeping what you don't need. Please sort those things that you don't need and give them away. Separate what is for keeps, what is it I'm going to keep, what am I going to give away, what am I going to trade in, what am I going to sell. And I can tell you, viewer, you can give for charity and you'll be very, very happy. And you bless someone who will forever be grateful about what you have given them. Those sofa sets you buy, you brought in new sofa sets because the old ones and outlived their use, but you are still keeping them in your living room, making your sitting room so congested like a store. You have no space to move. An accident in waiting because of the congestion. Get rid of the old ones if you really don't need them, and remove those sentimentals, remove those emotions. After all, there's a time for everything. A time to accumulate, a time to dispose. Guys, I'm talking to myself as I talk to you. It's not just about you, it's also about me. The other day I was shocked to discover how much jewelry I have, but most of it is single, none under partner. Maybe only 3, and nowhere to store. The new stock that I brought in. Even that body lotion that you have changed, you no longer use, please give it out. Someone will appreciate it. Let us visit our fridge. What is in your fridge? That food that you have stored in that fridge, those vegetables, that meat, whatever it is, for the last 6 months, and you have not cooked it. Seriously? There is no famine where you are. If there was famine, you'd have cooked it. Therefore, please declutter even that fridge. What you don't need, give away. Give away. So, our lessons today is to declutter what is eating into our space. We retain only what we really need. And I said I am not assuming that we do not have reasons for cluttering. We do not have those sentimental values. No, I'm not assuming that. But what I'm trying to say is that really, we cannot be sentimental about everything that we have cluttered into our space. Some of those things are nothing but just litter. Get rid of them. Let us have clean and clear spaces. Free our space. And keep only that which we really need. Be it in our bedrooms, in our living rooms, in our study room, in our cars, in our compounds, in our bathrooms. Let us keep only that which we need. Decluttering may appear as simple as that, but it is not simple. It could even be a condition. Let us fight it. Let us bless someone else. Let us bless somebody with what we really do not need. And therefore, this festive season, let us be intentional about changing the narrative on decluttering. Let us free our spaces and retain only what we really need, and what is of absolute sentimental value to us, unless of course we are keeping an archive. Even those cars that you keep there, you have parked a car there for the last 3 years, buying insurance for it, renewing insurance every year, and you don't use it, wear and tear. Why don't you even dispose it now when you can make something out of it? Your house is not a monument. Your compound is not a monument. Get rid of what you really do not need. It is not prestigious to keep all those things. They eat into your space. I'm very sorry if I've hurt any one of my viewers. It is not intentional, but I'm speaking to you even as I speak to myself. Let us free our spaces. Let us change the narrative about holding. Let us declutter our space so that we can utilize them optimally, so that we can enjoy our space and we will have a pleasant environment all around us. If this feature has helped you, has provoked you, has caused you to think twice about what you are keeping or holding, please let's hear your comments, what you think about it. Subscribe and even share. We don't mind your comments. Thank you very much, viewer. As we move on to this festive season, take good care of yourself and remember to declutter. This program is sponsored by Blissful Royal Services, and Blissful Royal Services is a change management outfit that focuses on life skills that empower and improve, enhance our preparedness to face the realities of life. Basic life skills. Have a good time and see you next time. Thank you.